Nope, you're not hallucinating, and there's no need to adjust your screens. It finally happened. Boys, get them tax returns ready, because you can now buy a factory supercharged Camaro/Mustang killer for under $2,500. Hell, from the looks of it, pretty much under $1,000. So in this video, I'll be covering everything you need to know about the 6th gen Pontiac Grand Prix GTP, aka the cheaper sleeper. Now, my first memory of this car was as a cart pusher at Home Depot. One day, one of my work buddies pulls in with a beige-colored Pontiac that he'd borrowed from his parents. He then points at my SN95 Mustang GT and bets me lunch that his 4-door cheese wedge on wheels could beat my Stang. And sure enough, 12 o'clock came upon us. We lined it up on 8th Street, and I will forever remember that haunting whine and those 3 letters written on the fender, GTP. You see, what my friend failed to tell me was that under the hood of that unassuming oatmeal raisin cookie of a car was a 3.8 liter Eaton M90 supercharged V6. The Grand Prix GTP made 250 horsepower, which isn't much by today's standards, but moms were gapping high school kids left and right. But the insultingly low prices aren't the best part about buying one of these. These engines came with a secret weapon, a weapon known as sleeper mode. You see, what a lot of folks don't know is that it doesn't take much to turn these old grocery getters into an all-out red light racing kings. And for anyone watching this, I highly recommend you watch the documentary known as Sleepers. Essentially, it's about a broke college kid who turned a mid-2000s Buick Regal, which shared the same engine and drivetrain as the GTP, might I add, and turned it into a literal Mustang and Camaro killer. You see, with just around $1,000, you take that old 3.8 liter V6, throw in a cold air intake, catback exhaust with a 3-inch downpipe, some copper spark plugs, a smaller, maybe 3.3 supercharger pulley, an intercooler, and a basic tune to bring it all together, and you'll be well on your way to making just shy of 400 horsepower. Now, although the 3800 series engines are known to be one of the most bulletproof engines ever made, if by the off chance you happen to blow one, not to worry. Like I said earlier, the Grand Prix GTP shared engines and trannies with cars like the Buick Century, Buick Regal, Chevy Impala, Chevy Monte Carlo, Oldsmobile Intrigue, Buick Riviera, and the Pontiac Bonneville. So needless to say, the supply of spare engines, each costing under $500, is almost limitless. However, the engine isn't what you have to worry about with these cars. That honor goes to the Glass 4T65E transmissions, and no, not even the 4T65E-HD, aka heavy-duty versions that came in the 4-door sedan, will save you. You see, one thing that separated the Grand Prix GTP from the GT version, besides the obvious supercharger, was the infamous Sport Shift button. It's a little button that was located on the floor shifter, and it bumped up the transmission for more spirited, higher shift points. Combine that with an already weak transmission from factory and a supercharger on top, and ladies and gentlemen, you have a recipe for disaster. But like I said earlier, GM made like 7 different variants of the same engine and transmission with millions of cars combined that sold. So finding a cheap tranny for one of those cars is going to be a breeze. Unlike my last trip to the Philippines. Another issue with these cars is their tendencies to catch on fire. Uh, no, I'm not making this up. Just hear me out. Hear me out. The way the valve cover gasket was positioned causes engine oil to squirt directly into the exhaust manifold when the gaskets fail, which could potentially make your car catch on fire. But don't worry about it. GM issued a recall to fix the problem, and I'm sure the person you buy the car from got it fixed. Probably. With cars like the old Mustangs, Camaros, Miatas, Hondas, and 240 SXs getting everyone's attention these days, these old forgotten W-body GMs have started collecting dust, both literally and in people's memories. The prices have literally plummeted so low that a single stimmy check from Uncle Joe can buy you at least 2 or 3 of these. With 2-door coupes or 4-door sedans, factory supercharged, quick, easy, and cheap to fix. Hell, they even had a NASCAR package option that included a deck lid spoiler. Deck lid. That's a hard one for me to pronounce. With dual snorkel heat extractor hood vents. That's right, the GTP had it before the new GTO. And yet these future Hall of Famer cars are slowly fading in car community's conscience. I say it's time we bring back the sleeper culture and show these college kids with mom and dad's Camaros and Mustangs what a red light king is all about. Just gonna give out a huge shout out to my boy Joe Obama, aka Bo Jiden. Hit me up with that second little stimmy, baby. Daddy needs a new pair of rims and potentially a new GTP. Take it easy now.
0 to, let's say 0 to 100. And just flat out. And 3, 2, 1, go.